Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Today, we're moving a little bit more into our dream house. We want to actually go ahead and put some thickness on some walls, um, maybe go ahead and put some in some doors and windows, and if we had a chance, put in some furniture. But first things first, if you remember my original diagram of my dream house, um, it's not a complete rectangle. There's these cutouts here. I don't have this piece here, and this patio piece out here is outside. So right now, when we first designed this, I used a rectangle to give me the sort of outline of this, but that's not where I want my walls to be. So the first thing I'm going to do is select that and hit the delete key just to get rid of that. But now I've got all these horrible gaps. So what I'm going to do here is put them back in again. Using the line command, Line, enter. I'm going to click on this first point, not using an offset this time, and then click on this one. And as long as you get these points, they're not bad. But now I need to do the patio, and there's no point out here to click on. So what I can do is simply type in 5 meters, because that's how deep it was. That'll take me to that point, and then I can go over here and click that point. I'm going to hit enter at this point, because that finishes that side. And now I need to come back over here again. I'm going to hit type line again, click that point, and I'm going to go ahead and click that one, click this one, click this one. And again, I need to sort of freestyle it here out 8 meters. But if I type in 8 here and press enter, it'll take me right over to that point. And now I can come down, click there, and again, now I need to come down exactly 9 meters. So typing in 9, pressing enter puts me at the end there. And then I can click over to here, click over to here, and click over to there, and then enter to stop. And it looks all good. Oh, one other one I want to do real quick is I wanted to put in this little area over here, divide up this closet. Pressing enter to stop that one. This can now either be an indoor closet or it could be a stairwell to an upstairs or to a basement. Now let's take a look at our lines. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. Oh, this is a problem. I want this part to be an outside wall, and this is an interior wall. So I'm going to click on this line and hit the delete key, and go ahead and put in a line again. And I'm going to do it as 2 segments, from here to here, and then from here to here, clicking again, and enter. And now these are 2 separate lines. That's good. And then these lines we just put in, so that should be fine. Sorry, I forgot to turn off WeChat. You're going to see all my WeChat notes coming in. And then this line right here. I'm going to click on it, delete it, type in line again, enter, click here, and click here. All right, and then enter to end that. And there, that should be all my walls, and they're all nicely oriented. It all looks good. Now I need to combine these together. So I'm going to type in the join command and press enter. And it says select sources or objects, and you don't have to hold the shift key, you can just start clicking. So I want to join these objects together to form a single thing, which would become my outside wall. So it's a little painful to get all of them, but you should be able, oh, and I missed one there, don't worry. Clicking. I missed that one. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. And once you get all the way around, you'll just press enter. And enter. And now if you select this object, that's my outside wall. And again, remember, this is my patio, so that's actually not part of the outside wall. So here's the outside walls for my house. And now we're ready to actually give that some thickness. So to give thickness, I'm going to type offset. And you'll notice offset says specify distance. And you can use any distance you'd like. I'm going to make mine into a sort of standard house. So I'm going to use 0.25 meters or 25 centimeters for my outside. So pressing enter, select an object offset. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And you'll notice right now it's doing the little thin white line. If I move my cursor on the inside, it's going to offset it 25 centimeters inside. I actually want to go to the outside. I want to try to keep my inside the same dimensions I had. So I'm just going to click on the outside, and voila, I now have an outside wall that's 25 centimeters thick. Now for my inside walls, I want to do 15 centimeters. So I'm going to type offset again. And this time my distance is going to be 15, and you can use anything you want. In this case, 0.15 meters or 15 centimeters. And now I'm going to start offsetting. So this wall here, I'm going to offset that way, click enter. This kitchen wall, I'm going to go this way. And you can choose which way do you want to go on these. Either direction's fine. I'm going to go in on that one, in on that one. I'm going to keep my hallway at 2 meters here, so I'm going to go in on that. This one, in on this one. And it's going to work on all of these walls. I'm going to go out. This one in, keep my 2 meter wide hallway in. And you can choose which direction you want to go on these. I'm going to go in. I know there's a lot of them. In. I got to fix that later. In that way. In that way. That way. And this one up. This one up. This one in. This one in. Oops, I may have gone out. That's fine. In. And over. And I think I got all my interior walls. This is my patio again, so I don't want to have any of that. And then press enter to exit offset. And now if you look at this, we've got a little bit of messiness here. If you look in here and take a look at these joints, I've got some points here that are connected that I really don't want to have connected, and I got to fix this point down here. I'll go ahead and fix that one first. So I'm going to do line and press enter, and my first point's there. I need to go over exactly 0.15 and then up 0.15 and press enter, and there, I've got that wall finished. The trim command will allow us to remove these funny little pieces in between here, if I can get it. No, I don't want to do that one. Let me see if I can escape. All right, so we need to get rid of a few of these lines. I'm going to hold down the Option key and just sort of slide my mouse to kind of zoom in here, and then pull this down a little bit. Whoops, now I'm going to do that. And then Command to pull it down, so we can sort of see the lines where I need to work. I'm going to go ahead and click on the Trim tool over here, the scissors, or you can type in the word Trim. When it's S down here to select objects or select all, just press Enter. And then just press Enter again when it gets here. And now you should be able to select just a little tiny piece you want. Whoops, that didn't quite work. I'm not in the right spot. Trim, select all, and now let's see. Yeah, I should be able to now just click on those and get rid of the ones here, the lines in between my walls like this. Yeah, I see I've got to put a line back there yet as well. That one right in there. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, I did. Good. And then this one here, I got to put in a little line there to fix that. Let me zoom in a little bit more here, just because it gets a little tricky when you're trying to work this small. And I'll fix a few of these real quick in just a moment. And dink, dink. But you can sort of see the idea. You just got to go ahead and trim so all of your walls are connected internally. And let me finish this off, and I'll come back in just a moment. All right. Sorry for the little jump in the video. I just went ahead and trimmed out all the pieces I need to remove and added the lines for any of the open gaps I have. And I think I got everything. It takes a little while to get them all. I think we're ready at this point to go ahead and add some doors and maybe some appliances as well. So how do you do that? Well, you could create your own doors, which is never bad. If you watch the other YouTube video from the other gentleman, you'll see how to make a door, but I'm going to be lazy. If you go to your assignment sheet, not this one, this one, you'll find over here a link to interior objects. If you download this, you'll find a link to a zip file. You can download it, and when you open it, you should find it have a bunch of interesting objects in it. What we want to do then is go ahead and import those. It'll make our lives a little bit easier. First of all, if you go over here, there's in this little sidebar here, you should find reference manuals, and then over here, blocks. And right now, if you look at your library, there's some really basic blocks built into this, but not a lot. So we're going to go over here as the blocks, and we're going to click the little plus sign. And in my downloads folder, I've expanded the home design blocks already, and you'll see a bunch of different objects in here. Let's go ahead and do doors. And I'll open that up, and it's going to say insertion point. I'm just going to click somewhere, anywhere, it doesn't matter. And all of a sudden over here, you'll see a bunch of different doors. And there's lots of different styles, lots of different ones like folding doors, sliding doors, doors of different types. But let's go ahead, let me put in a few doors just real quick. This one here is for our walls that are about 15 centimeters. So what I'm going to do is click on this one real quick. Dink. And if I double click it, it's going to say specify insertion point. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to move it over here about 1 meter. So I'm going to type in 1. And there it is. Here's my door for my bathroom. And it's not bad. I don't know if I exactly like it where I want it here. So maybe I'll choose the move option over here. And select this object. And it's just that object. Enter. Specify base point right here. And then I will move it over another meter this way. That's better. I think I like the bathroom door there. And then you can repeat that in all the rooms that you'd like. Once you get that in there, of course, let me zoom in a little bit. The one thing you'll want to do here is, and you'll notice that it actually sticks out a little ways here. That's fine. That's actually the door frame sticking out. What you want to do then again is do a trim command. And I'm going to press enter. And then I'm going to remove these lines so that you can actually see it. You can put these on different layers if you would like. Let me show you layers just real quick. Or you can put them all in this drawing. It doesn't really matter. But let me show you layers real quick so you can sort of see it. The nice thing about layers, if you've worked in Photoshop before, if you go back to this home part here, you can say show layer list. Ooh, and it actually imported a couple of layers in here, which is our objects. But you can go ahead and make your own layer with this button down here. And let's call this one doors. And let's make its color cyan. You can choose some other colors as well. That didn't, there we go. And then you can choose your object, our door here. And if you right click on it, you can say move to layer. And I can say, hey, move this to the doors layer. And you'll notice it actually turns cyan at this point. And now it's in that layer, and I can hide that layer or show that layer as necessary. So you can go back to the original diagrams if you want. So you now know how to add doors. If you need to rotate a door, let me see, where could I put a rotated door in? Let me go back to my doors. I don't think there's any rotated doors in this one. But let's go ahead, or tell you what, let me grab this up or put another door in of the type that I just had. And let's put in for the front door down here. So I'm going to click this one, or double click it, and insertion point, I want to go 2 meters over from this. Whoops, I inserted it there, that's fine. Let me click on this object and say move. Specify the base point right down here, and I want to move it over 2 meters in this direction. There we go. I'd like to have mine to be a double door that swings open in both directions. So to do that, I'm going to choose this little mirror option over here. And I want to mirror this object and press enter. And I want to mirror that point exactly over to there. and press enter. And second point 2 meters over the, second data point. I want to mirror it right along this line where the polar coordinates are exactly 90 degrees. So click there. Erase source object, no, I like keep the original. And now I've got two doors here on my outside wall. You'll notice that it doesn't quite fit all the way in there. So what I'm going to do here real quick is, first of all, I'm going to join these two objects. So again, I'm going to use the join command, enter, choose my objects, that one and this one, press enter, and it's a little bit small right now. So now I'm going to do is, oh, I didn't join them, huh? Hold tight. Sorry, do that one more time. Join command. I want to join this object. Oh, it won't join these. Okay, never mind. I'll do this the old-fashioned way. So I'm going to select these two objects just by trying to select them. Tell you what, I'll do one at a time. Selecting that one, I'm going to do scale. I'd like to scale this up just a little bit. I want to scale it around that point right there, and I want to scale it up by a factor of 1.25. And that makes it just a little bit larger, and you'll notice now my door frame fits through that one. And this one I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to scale it, and base point is going to be right down here. And again, base or scaling it by a factor of 1.25. I need to move this one over just a little bit. So I'll go ahead and move. And specifying that base point there, I should have actually chose another one, but that's fine. I'm going to get so the two doors meet. Whoops, that did not work quite right. Let me do that one more time. Move. Clicking on this. And that's the object I want. That's the base point. Sliding it over. Right about there. So the two doors meet. Oh, good gracious. Edit, undo, move. I don't know where I moved it to, but it definitely was off. One more time. That point. And click. All right. And I've got my objects here, and there's my front door. My double door is going outward. I really want to remove this trim part here, but to do that, I'll have to break these apart first, and I'll show you that part later. Again, I probably want to move these to the door layer, just so that they're all conveniently located. And you can slide things around a little bit as well on these, but I'm going to go ahead and trim out those lines here and here so that my doors are kind of nice. And that's a little bit better. I don't like this door frame here in the middle, but I can fix that later. Enter to exit that. And so I'd like you to do next is to add some doors. And I'll let you do that. But one other thing I want to show you real quick is if you go back over here to the blocks library, scroll back up on top, you'll notice that I gave you a bunch of other objects. Now, the objects are wonderful. For example, let's put a toilet in the master bedroom. So if I open that, you'll see, oh, insertion point, it doesn't matter. If you scroll down now below your doors, you should now see, oh, I didn't put it in. No, hold on. Let me do it one more time. Add. Toilets. Open. All right. And now if you scroll down, there they are. There's some toilets. This is my master bedroom, so let's go ahead and choose one. I'm going to choose this type. Double click on it. Insertion point, I want to go off from this wall 2 meters over. And there it is. And you're like, wait, where's the toilet? Here's the one problem with some of the blocks. They're not to scale at all. So where's the toilet? It's that little dot right here. So if you click on it and then type scale, um, base point, I can't even see my toilet at this point, so I'm just going to click on it. And the scale factor I'd recommend is about 60. And there's the toilet now. It's over there. It's not where I want it. You can resize it anywhere you want. So first thing I'm going to do is move that object. So click on it, move. Base point, I'm going to work from this back one right here. And I'm going to just move it straight down so it intersects there. And I realize this is sort of a three-dimensional drawing, but don't do any of the side views. You can, or these front views, because we're looking down. This is a sky view into our thing. You will find, I think in here, besides toilets, that's pretty boring, but you can also add some other things as well. You'll find in here stairs, ranges, kitchen sinks, bathtubs, toilets, trees, chairs, tables, sofas, and beds. The only thing you won't find in here is windows. How do you do a window? I would just recommend adding little rectangles where you want your windows at this point. So in my master or my main area here, I'm going to want to put a window around here. So I'm going to go ahead and do my old rectangle command. And I'm going to move myself over this way about 2 meters. And then I'm going to draw my rectangle right into here. So a fairly large window. I don't think I actually want it over that far, but my endpoint's going to be there. And so there's my rectangle. And now we probably want to go ahead and put that up on a different layer as well. So going back over here to layers, let's add a new layer again. And let's call this one Windows. And let's give it a decent color. How about yellow? And then if you click on my object over here, it's right there. Let's go ahead and move it to the window layer. And now you'll see that's yellow. I'm not happy where it's located. I need to move it over. It's not where I want it. So I'll go ahead and click on it, type in the move command. Whoops. I hit the wrong thing. Move command. And so I'm going to move this part over, displacement 1 meter, that way. And there's where my picture window should be, about 1 meter over from here, but a meter from my door. And so you can add windows at the various points that you want. Same time, you can start adding appliances to your house, but just start adding windows and doors and appliances. And that's where I'd like you to end with tonight. And I won't do all of mine right now. You kind of get an idea how it looks. Just remember your scaling as you add bathtubs and toilets and appliances and things. And I forgot to put my little center island here in my kitchen area. But you should be able to add tables, chairs, things like that as well. Hopefully this will get you started. Layers are a nice way to sort of remove and add things. You can add an appliance or a layer if you'd like. That might make it a little bit easier to sort of keep track of things and add things and remove things as you need them. Hopefully that'll get you going. Have a great night and a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.